Hey, what's
Yeah.
up, Stacy? How you doing, bud?
How you guys doing, man?
Not too bad, not too bad. Been pretty busy since we last saw you, but
Yeah, I bet you have been.
so we last saw you out at the Ultimate Callout Challenge. You came out and filmed an episode there and got to
Yeah.
experience our crazy diesel performance world. What'd you think about all that?
Yeah. Okay. I have to say, I've been to a lot of events over the years. Probably one of the coolest events I've ever been to.
Yep.
First of all, I love the diesel world, but the whole call out idea, everything about the event was just awesome. And I didn't realize the other racing was going on there as well. So
Yeah.
it was just really cool to see it. And you guys, I mean, what a great event. And like I said, we're putting a piece together about it right now. You're going to love it. It's really cool.
Awesome. Yeah, we're really looking forward to it. I know you had a couple of the crew out there. I know right when you showed up, I was like, let's get up there because they got some stuff on the track right away, and your guys just jumped right in and
Oh, you
started
drug
just
us right out of the truck, man. It's like, let's get to work. It's like, man, I got to take a leak first. Just a minute.
Yep, absolutely. So what do you got going on over there at Gearz? What kind of new
Well,
projects you got?
we got all kinds of new projects here. I've got the Redbird sitting over here, which is the Trans Am. I've got this van. This let me show it to you real quick.
Yeah.
Oh, see it? See it there behind me? The
Oh,
yellow
yeah.
van.
That's awesome.
I wrote that in. It's basically just a shop truck, and people loved it so much. That's getting a 427 LS,
Nice.
and with the zoomies, the whole thing.
Oh, no
You
kidding.
know, we're talking about it. And I actually, a shorty van like that, we always call them the pervert van
Yeah.
because that's, why.
Yep.
They're really obviously desirable for hot rod guys, especially
Sure.
a shop. I was talking about it one time, and I think I was at church or something, and I mentioned that we are doing the pervert van.
Good place
and
to
they
mention
didn't quite
that.
understand. They didn't quite understand my connotation. I was like, no, really, it's not a real pervert van. It's just a shorty van. So anyway, so we're having fun with that. I've got, one of the fun things I'm doing this season, I kind of wanted to go back to basics a little bit. And I was talking to the guys at Cornwell, and we decided to do 3 motorized toolboxes.
Oh,
And they
yeah,
were
this
like,
is
"You
so
guys
cool.
do whatever." And so the first show just aired, a few weeks ago, and the cool thing about this is that all of the parts have to be used. It's all junkyard, Facebook, eBay stuff. As far as the engines, one is powered by a zero-turn lawnmower that was used that I got from DC Chopper. The other one has a 1,000 cc Honda motorcycle engine that used to be a pulling tractor. And the third one is a big air fan off of a ultralight or whatever. And so it's going to be air powered.
No kidding. How cool is that?
And what it is, I just wanted to encourage people to think outside the box. It goes back to what we did as kids. Think about your first project. It was whatever you had. It was a lawnmower. It was a motorcycle. It was a quad. It was a snowmobile, whatever. And you learn from that. You put that motor on a skateboard or a golf cart or whatever. And we learn a lot from that kind of stuff. We tend to forget how fun that kind of project is. And so that's what this is all about, is kind of encouraging people to do something crazy like that. And it doesn't cost a lot of money. But they're going to be wild. They're going to be wild.
Yeah, that's such a cool idea too. I know it like you said, it kind of brings you back to your roots where everything kind of started from. Simplify things,
Yeah.
and you don't have to have a ton of money to build something cool. And almost, I'll say the lack of money when we were younger and had to make stuff work provided for the creativity of the project.
Absolutely. And the thing is, I don't know about you, but when I go to a show, I don't care what it is, whether it's a Cars and Coffee or whether it's a full-on show, the Grand National Roadster show, the Riddler deal in Detroit, whatever, I hunt out those crazy projects that somebody built himself. He was thinking outside the box. That's the kind of stuff I gravitate toward. And I want to talk to the guy that built it. A nicely restored 69 Camaro, I love those. but it's a '69 Camaro. I would
Sure.
rather see one that somebody has stuffed some crazy engine in, or done some crazy motor work to it, or stretched the body, or done something to it where he was thinking outside the box. That's the guy that, to me, is the heart of hot rodding. And
Absolutely.
it's what you were seeing at this event. I mean, that Corvette, you had that Corvette with the diesel engine in it. It's like a '63 split window vet.
Yeah.
How cool is that?
Yeah, Johnny Gilbert.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, he went on to I don't know, he went on to win the Pro Mod class that weekend. And
Oh,
and
did
that,
he? I know that.
that was his
Because that was
first
the
time
motor-
out with the truck with I say the truck. That was the first time out with
Yeah,
the
I know.
car, and it was intended just to be some shakedown passes, get it figured out. He ended up making it all the way to the finals against the Hot Shot Secret Firepunk S10, which was the last race of the S10. So the S10 finale was basically the entrance of Johnny's new Corvette and a little passing of the baton, if you will. And what was
Really?
unique about that
And
final run?
he beat the S10.
What's that?
He beat the S10?
He beat the S10, and I'll tell you why. Larson, driving the S10, got his first red light ever in competition in the S10. He's been
So
driving
it's
that truck.
Larson's fault. Larson, you're the guy.
But even better, just to rub it in a little more, Johnny had a perfect 000 light against him in the finals to win it. So
Oh, man.
yeah,
Was his
so
perfect light?
it was cool to watch.
Was that his first perfect light?
Oh, I don't think it's his first, but certainly first one in that car. That was a brand new car. So
Those don't come around too often. Those are nice to frame them up.
oh yeah, absolutely. Oh, and Johnny had a blast talking to you. He told me afterwards. He's like, man, I turned around and all of a sudden Stacey David was there. He's like, and I heard this every, walking behind you, I kept hearing this trail of people just saying, man, I've been watching it forever, and I got into this because of him. But I'll tell you what, Johnny in particular, with the Corvette there, he told me afterwards, you're a big reason why he is where he is today. Like growing up watching you and watching the innovations you had with trucks and all that stuff, and just really got people driven. And I think you kind of had mentioned to me that's like the most rewarding thing you can hear is, forget
Absolutely.
accolades and all this other stuff. When you hear that you kind of really were an impression on somebody that got them into this industry, I mean, what more can you ask for?
Yeah, that is the best compliment anybody could ever give me, or anybody I think that really loves this industry, because I mean that's what it is. I think of the guys that influenced me, and I get a chance to meet them from time to time, like Tom Daniel. We're doing a story on Tom Daniel. I don't know if you remember him. He's the guy that designed the Ice-T and all those great Hot Wheels and those monogram models.
Yep.
Well, he was one of the most influential designers on me. And when I met him just a few years ago, man, I started rattling off and he was like dumbfounded. He said, "What?" I said, "Tom, look at my designs and my builds. You don't see some of your influence in there with the stack sticking out of the hood and the beer cans down the sides and the big shifters and all that crazy stuff? Between him and Roth,
Yeah. Exactly.
But
yeah,
no,
so
that's a huge compliment. It's just really, really awesome to hear that.
yeah, everybody gets it from somewhere. Everyone gets that drive and ambition from somewhere, and it's cool that you're a part of so many
They
people's
do.
influence. So we thank you for everything you've done over the years, and now here in the past few years here, we've been partnering up a lot with Hot Shot Secret, and
Oh yeah.
really, we've been doing TV for a while, and I've always really wanted to work with you because for the same reason. I've grown up watching you, and you're such an authentic. What's the word I'm looking
Thank
for?
you. I
Like,
appreciate that.
but it's the truth, and that allows, and I think that's what we always try to get across to our customer, but you're a good fit for us, I mean, that's the best way I can put it is that we try to be really open and we put our science out there and we try to get people to understand like what's behind our products and everything, and someone that is trustworthy as you, that, you didn't come to us saying, hey, I'd like to peddle your products or anything. No, it's like we got together and we found out a good synergy between us, and we just hit it off. And then ever since then, it's just been great working with you.
Oh yeah, no, it's the same way. You guys are a really good fit for us too, because we don't just put anybody on the show. That's always been the case ever since I was doing trucks. There's been a lot of people that have come in to try to be on the show, and they got a crappy product, and I won't do it because if I won't use the product, I won't put it on the show because I use them. And the thing is, so yeah, when I looked at your product, because when we go out there, people are like, okay, does this stuff really work? And I'm like, dude, try it. Seriously, you'll be surprised. And when I'm talking to the guys, and I talk to you, and of course you're so into the science and you're so knowledgeable about this, it's very obvious you're not just a pitch person from an oil company. You actually know it. You're at the racetracks. You're tearing engines apart. You're seeing how this stuff works. So no, it's a great fit. And
and I think we really solidified that. What was it? Last year, you and the crew came up and visited us in Mount Gilead at LSI. You got to see the facility. You guys did a whole episode on that, and it's those type of relationships I just love because it's like not this, like you said, it's not like a pitch man type of thing. It's identifying people that have common interests. And
I think that's how we always like to have our relationships. We don't want to just go after a person or a product or whatever. No, we want to have a relationship and build that trust. And that's why we do the things that we do and partner up with the people we partner up with.
Agreed.
Yeah. And you guys, you've got such a great line of products that a lot of people don't realize because you've got a great reputation in the diesel world. But when I started digging into your oils and your gasoline products and stuff, oh my gosh, it's like some really good stuff.
Yeah, I remember when you were up at the facility and we were kind of dicking around. You're like, wait, what's that? What's that gasoline?
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, we got stuff.
Oh yeah, and it's continuing to grow.
Bring this stuff in.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
but that's part of this partnership, though. I mean, that's the great thing is you have such a great reach into. Well, you got a great reach into everything, but with your reach into gasoline, it's a good avenue for us to let your fans and people that have been watching you for years introduce them to our products and let them know, hey, we're not just a diesel company. We've got something for everybody. Yeah. So it's been a good partnership both ways for us.
Yeah. And see, that transition, as you know, can be hard because people are very compartmentalized. It's like this person is a Chevy guy, stop. This person is a country singer, but he can't do this, stop. Tom Cruise can act like this, but he can't do this, stop. And there may be some truth to that. But the rest of it, there's a lot of things that other people can do, but it's hard to that break and to establish that it's more, so that's always a challenge.
Absolutely. Story of my life, absolutely. Actually, so we're used to it.
Oh yeah.
So what do you got next? I guess you still got the Cornwell builds going on then, and
I've got those going on. Yeah, I've actually got I'm online right now for Chevrolet to possibly get one of those 632 big blocks.
Ooh.
So if that works out, I'm trying to find a good build to put that in. It's 1,000 horsepower, and you don't just throw 1,000 horsepower into whatever.
Right.
It needs to go into something that you can utilize it. So, I'm looking at that. But, yeah, I've got a bunch. The SR71, a Rapid Tool Express tool truck, I'm finishing that up. The Cheetah just went out today to get another rear end put in it. We're upgrading that. I've got a gasser that I'm thinking about doing. I've got a Henry J that I've always wanted to do a gasser on. And so we may be jumping into that. And just I'm looking at maybe doing some late model truck stuff. The big block may end up in one of those. So there's a lot of projects rolling in here.
Well, that's actually what I was going to try to pin you down on a little more with that new 1,000 horsepower. What are you thinking? What might that go in?
Well, I'll tell you what.
Because there's got to be something that makes it worthwhile and useful.
Absolutely. So it's like, okay, I could do kind of a street rod kind of thing. I've got a 40 Chevy coupe that I could throw it in, do kind of a street rod, hot rod kind of thing. But that's not real hot right now. Those cars are kind of down. I could always do the gasser thing with it, but that's kind of this and that. I'm actually kind of thinking maybe a later model truck and doing a newer version of the Copperhead truck that I did a few years back.
No kidding.
See, when I did the Copperhead truck, I got the very first Chevrolet 572 crate engine. And at the time, it was the biggest, baddest crate engine on the planet. And so that's really what this 632 is. Obviously, I won't be getting the first one, but I've got a truck designed that would be kind of following down the lines. I won't use the 6772 body style. It'll be more of a newer thing, and it won't be a square body because I'm just finishing up a square body. And I'll leave the rest at that.
All right. I think the fact that if you said you had the first crate they had back when it was the 572?
Yeah, 572, yeah.
Yeah, well then I think it's only fitting that the new one gets a nice placement as well.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. And there's a lot of people have been wanting me to do the next Copperhead style truck, not obviously a Copperhead 2. And I thought about maybe doing a Ford or a Dodge, but I've got other Ford and Dodge projects. So for his GM, that would be a cool one to do.
Absolutely. I'd love to see that.
And like I said, I've got several things coming up with Dodge as well. Get this, a buddy of mine has a 53 Dodge Power Wagon school bus.
What?
And it's
That
a
is
little
awesome.
short school bus. It's a little short school bus, 5 seats in it.
Oh, that's awesome.
And this is all factory. So I'm looking at this, imagining this thing on 44-inch, with that big engine or a diesel or something in it, and just do it as the old school bus, the old school bus.
Old school bus. I like it.
And it'd just be awesome, man, because I love Power Wagons. You know that.
Yeah. Well, 5 seats. That's got to have a short wheelbase. You might need some wheelie
it's about
bars
the size of the van. It's about the size of the van, yeah.
That's great.
And it's so cool. They were all special order. I think Dodge only made maybe 10 or 15 of them. And they were all special order for out west for taking kids up and down the mountainous roads. And so there's no rust on it. It's just been sitting forever. And it's either that or, I have access to an old half-track chassis. So make it into a half-track. But
that could be interesting. Well, I'll tell you what.
The problem is with half-track, they only go 50 miles an hour. I got to go faster than that.
Yeah, of course. Well, I know of a company that's got a lot of great fluids for any one of those builds. So make sure you let us know.
Oh, yes.
We'd like to be involved in that type of stuff.
Yeah, I will definitely let you know. I've got plenty of those coming up. And the crazy thing is, these things just kind of follow me home. At least that's what I tell my wife. She asked me the other day, she goes, "How many cars do we own?" And I'm like, I don't know. You mean ones that run?
Maybe you could give me some advice here, though, because I'm probably one of those people that are like a lot of other people. I've got a project that sits in the garage, and at one point, I was very active into it, and then at one point, a week went by, 2 weeks went by, 3 weeks went by, and all of a sudden a couple of years went by, and I haven't touched it since. And how do I get back into it? How do you kind of reset the table and dive back into a project that you haven't touched for a while? Because there's got to be a lot of people out there that kind of vicariously live through your builds and have something out there that they can be working on.
That's a great question, and I actually have a really good answer that works 100% of the time. First of all, the question is, do you still really want the vehicle? Because if you don't, sell it and get something you want. Because if you don't want it anymore, and people's tastes change. So if all of a sudden you're not really into the vehicle, even if you lose some money, it's going to be better for you just to sell it, take the loss, and get what you want. Now, if you do still want it, then the first thing you need to do to get back into a project is do something little that you can accomplish. In other words, finish that. In other words, if you're putting a radiator in, get out there, put the new radiator in, run all your hoses, put your lines, wire it up, get it all done where you can step back and go, done with that one thing, because that will encourage you to get back out there and finish something else.
Right.
And I kid you not, once you start doing that, it'll start encouraging you. It's like when you're climbing a mountain, when you reach that one plateau where you can stand and stretch and spit off the side, that's what you're doing basically, of going, okay, I've accomplished something. I looked at it, and it's like, see this? I mean, it can be real simple. It's like this panel here, I made this panel, and that's awesome. So that's going to go in something. And there's a sense of accomplishment that goes with that. And so you can sit down, and that encourages you to go, and, now, 2 days from now, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to finish the part that panel goes to, and that'll be done. And those little victories like that really is the key to a long-term project.
That's really some great advice to anyone that's struggling with a project like that. I agree with that wholeheartedly. I'm more of a home improvement guy myself, so I understand where this is at, and my wife's watching as well, and she knows I'm guilty of this. I have the trim to put back up in our house still. I did all the flooring in the entire house, and the easiest job left to do is put up the trim. I have not found the motivation to go do it in a couple months. So I need to just go do one room, I think.
I think I'm opposite.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think what's held me back is knowing that I've got a piston that needs to go. And if I'm going to go in there for the piston, I'm going to cam the thing, I'm going to bottom end, I'm going to do everything. So just going after that one problem creates this big old giant task. But Stacey's right. I got some suspension work I need to do on it. That's an easy side job I could knock out and get the motivation back, get the ball rolling again. All right,
and
Stacey,
see, Kyle, what you said, that is a very, very common issue right there, what you just said. So the way I would break that down, when you get ready to do your motor, I would go out and go, okay, my goal for this day is to pull the motor. That's it. So when you pull the motor, that's your goal, and you can step back and go, I got the motor pulled. Then the next time you come out, you're going, okay, my next step is break the motor down. And so that's it, full stop. You got everything done. You can walk away from it. All of your parts are laid out the way you want. Then your next goal will be, okay, how am I going to modify this engine? Am I going to cam it? Am I going to work the heads? Am I going to do am I taking it to the machine shop? And while it's there, am I going to detail the block? Am I going to do this? And just break it down like that. And man, I'll tell you what, you'll be shocked how quick it'll come together. Pretty soon, you're going to have an engine ready to go back in. Then you drop the engine in. Man, the steps are happening now.
Yeah.
And they work off of each other. But I tell you what, once you hit that place where you're kind of like, there's just too much freaking work. That's really easy to go and just turn on the TV and, watch reruns of something.
Yeah, that's kind of what's happened. I've started watching Stacey David's Gearz rather than working on my own. So it's all your fault, but I'll give you all the credit for getting.
It is. That's why I keep telling people to get out there and work on something, because I understand, man.
So are you gonna wash and wax it this weekend?
No,
as your first step.
No, because there's way too much dust on it. There's so much dust that it needs like a professional cleaning.
Okay, well I was just recommending it as a starter step.
No, but I think I will go knock out some suspension stuff that I already have purchased. I just been sitting in the box and pretty easy to slap on.
See, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
That is a great idea, because then you'll be thinking about that suspension on there, and you're like, dang, I got to drive that thing.
Yeah. All right, Stacey, you got me motivated, bud. You got me motivated. Well, don't want to take up too much of your time, but we really appreciate you coming on, and we've been really just really honored to work with you, and you've been such a great partner for us, and been so cool to have you up here at LSI and then out at UCC and then to meet some of our drivers and everything. So we really just want to thank you for everything you do, and we really appreciate it.
Well, it's been a pleasure, man. And we're looking forward to it, man. We're looking forward to some great stuff.
Oh, we got a lot of head. Like we said, we build long-term relationships here. So you're part of the family now, so you ain't going nowhere, and we got some cool stuff coming.
Awesome. I can't wait to get you on one of these toolboxes.
Oh, those things are so cool. We're watching. Awesome. We're watching that closely. You wanna plug where people can find you and everything?
Yeah, you can. Just the best place now. We're putting all of our shows, 16 years of Gearz shows, are now all going on YouTube. The complete episodes. So it's just StaceyDavid.com or just GearzTV.com. You can go there, or just go to Stacey David's Gearz on YouTube. Is the best place. Those are our websites. Both of them will go to the same place. The shows are on Motor Trend Saturday mornings. I think it's 7 o'clock, 7:30. We're on MAV TV all the time. We're on Amazon Prime with both Gearz and the Restoration series, which is a little more technically involved. And so we're everywhere. And on social media, we're doing a lot of stuff as well.
Yeah, you
And I've
guys are
got a
doing
couple
really
new
good
shows
work.
in the works. So.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And, you know, that's cool. You're getting all your shows up on YouTube as well, too, because I know there's some classic ones that I think, who was it, John in here in our comments? He was just talking about the C10 with the 572.
Yeah.
So the fact that, like, we can go back and find that episode and check that out, that's pretty cool.
Was there one called like Little Red
yeah.
Truck or something like that? That's the one I kind of remember.
Oh,
Yeah, we did the Dragon Wagon, which was a Dodge.
Yeah.
That was actually the very first Dodge that we did. We helped Dodge come out with that little short bed Hemi powered truck that was at the time under 20 grand.
No kidding.
And that was a big thing we did with them. And then, of course, they put on a bunch of gewgaws and jacked the price way up. But it was a
Those
cool
things
truck.
were cool wheelie trucks.
Yeah, they were.
They get those things up. Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep. John just mentioned Copperhead too. Obviously, it's his favorite. So, we'll.
Yeah,
Andy
we
Shank's
actually
in
have
here,
a
too.
die cast. What's that?
I just noticed Andy Shank. He's one of our buddies. I sponsor him. He's got a really cool a Mustang build. He's down there in Tennessee Bayou. He's saying, "Hey,
Yeah.
big fan." So, a lot of our fans are
Awesome.
fans of yours as well. So it's a big family here.
Absolutely.
It is, man. It's a cool world to be involved in. I try to tell people, there's a lot of guys now that are like, well, what am I going to do when I come out of high school? I'm like, man, go into the trades. Learn to be a mechanic or something. Whether you're working at a dealership or a custom shop or at AutoZone or whatever. I mean, the automotive industry is massive. And there's a lot of good jobs out there.
Oh,
everybody's always, you guys, I'm sure, are looking for people all the time.
All the time.
That are willing to work and have a good work ethic.
Yep. Absolutely.
So
there's a lot of the jobs out there, and it's a great industry to be in, and there's a lot of advancement opportunities, and you don't need to have $50,000 of college debt, and you can get out of the gate pretty quickly and start putting money in your pocket. So,
yeah.
Well, you're the type of guy that encourages people to do that, so we appreciate that. And again, thank you for all you do, and we'll be looking forward to what's next. Do you have? Maybe I shouldn't be asking this live, but I'll put you on it. Do we have an idea of maybe when your UCC episode might be aired?
Let's see. We're in a rerun cycle right now. Yeah, it will probably be sometime, probably in September.
Okay.
Right around there. Obviously we'll let you know ahead of time, but right now I don't have an actual date.
Yeah, well, that's not that far out. And for people who don't know, in the TV world, sometimes it takes a while to get to air. So September's not that far out. So it'll be cool to see that episode. So all of our friends and drivers and everybody out there that was at UCC, I think it'll be cool to see the Gearz perspective of that event too. So we're really happy to have you out there, and we're looking forward to that episode.
Yeah. Yeah, you're going to love it. It was very cool.
All right,
and
buddy.
You'll be in it, I'm sure.
We are going to thanks again for signing a bunch of our stuff for us. So you're going to make a lot of our fans happy here. I know we said the links there in the comments. If people want to sign up, we'll be giving them some of the stuff away. So thanks again for doing that. And
Awesome.
I appreciate it, Stacey. We look forward to seeing you again soon. And good luck with everything, and appreciate what you do.
Sounds good. You guys as well, man. It's always good to see you, Kyle. And Chad, nice to see you too, man.
All right. Take care, Stacey.
All right. Bye-bye.